Alright everybody, welcome in. This is Divisional.com. Welcome back here to another video, guys. Welcome back to the analytics predictions here. Well, hold up. That's his wild card. Hold up. We are now in the divisional round. Hold up. There you go. Now on pause. Welcome, guys, everybody. And today we got the divisional analytics predictions here. We're here with this video every single Thursday with this video. Also a lot of fun videos to record of this. By the way, if you guys haven't checked out the regular season, make sure to do so. If you guys haven't already, make sure to hit the like, subscribe button as well. Go join the Discord and follow me on Twitch. Both links are in the description. Make sure you guys do please like and subscribe. Run away to our 1,000 subscriber goal. We're gonna try to see if we can hit that by the end of the year. And this channel is sponsored by nobody, so if you guys want to hit the like, subscribe button, it is free. Make sure you guys please do that, and make sure you guys go follow me on all social media platform as well. Really do appreciate you guys. All right, coming off of a super wild card weekend here. We're coming off of a pretty good week last week, and if I'm being honest, that's kind of rare because we're not really used to being off the good weeks here in the wild card. But if you take a look at everything I did last week, regular picks or straight up picks went 5-1. I'm actually pretty happy about that. I thought I was going to do a lot worse than that, but I'll take a 5-1 record. That's not too bad. Spread picks 5-1 as well. Went pretty good. The only game I got wrong about that one was Jacksonville. I think for both of them. Over under, we went 4-2. I mean, I'll take it. Actually, the Bills and Jags game, the final score was 27-24. I bet the over 51.5, so I lost that one by 0.5. I was kind of pissed about that, but yeah, that's one I went 4-2 from. And then overall in the season, 181, 96-1 for straight up spread picks so far. But we brought it within 2 games under 500. We're 138 and 140. Let's see if we can keep that going. And over under picks, I am 145 and 133. So I'm kind of in that safe zone from finishing under 500. So what we got to work on? We got to work on the spread picks. That's what we got to work on here. We got a lot of big picks, a lot of interesting picks today. But without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and hop right into the video because we have a lot of tough ones to pick today. Alright, ladies and gents, let's go ahead and kick things off here in Mile High City in Denver here. We got the Buffalo Bills going into the Denver Broncos here. I got Buffalo winning this game 26-23. I think it'll be a field goal game. I think this game will be very close. It should be very competitive throughout. Love how both teams are playing right now. Denver in the altitude, and it could be a factor here, but I just think that in this game there's going to be so many different factors that you can pick, and there's actually a legitimate side you can go with either team here. In this scenario, I like both teams. I'm going to bring my microphone here a little bit. I like both teams in this scenario. I think, like I said, I think there's many situations here why you could pick both teams to win it. I'll go ahead and go with Denver first. I didn't pick to win this game. I mean, Denver, you could go for it because Denver, like I said, this game is at home, is in Denver, is in the altitude. Buffalo does kind of struggle on the road as a little bit recently this year. You can also talk about Denver with this defense. I do trust his defense a lot more than I'm trusting Buffalo's right now. I think Denver's defense is still one of the best in football. I still think they can get after Josh Allen here, but the key for the Bills is I do think the health of Josh Allen is going to be a really concern in this game, because if he's banged up from last week, and we saw last week he suffered like 3 different injuries last week, and they still got the win in Jacksonville. But I think Josh Allen's health is going to be a very big key thing about this game. So I'm very curious how he's going to be healthy in this game. Hopefully he'll be healthy enough. I do think he'll be healthy enough. I do expect him to suit up. And like I keep saying, for the Bills, this is their chance to go out there and win the Super Bowl. You want to win the Super Bowl, you have to do it this year. I think this is the year for the Bills to do it. So I think they take that next step forward here. They'll go back to the AFC Championship game where they lost last year. So I'm going to take the Bills and win this game 26-23. Like I said, it's in Denver, is in the altitude, but I don't really trust Denver's experience in this one. Yeah, I know they've been to the experience, they've been in the playoffs. Bo Nix has been in the playoffs before, but I don't think he ever had to play. Last time against the Bills, the Broncos got their ass whooped, and I'm not really gonna rely too much on last year, but when you look at that game, it just felt like Buffalo had the whole advantage here throughout. I know this game is going to be in Denver. That could be a game changer there. Denver's been really good at home this year. Also, Denver's also been one of the better teams in the league at executing teams in the fourth quarter. And to be completely honest, with you, I don't think that's even going to matter because you're playing against the Bills, but you're playing against another team that's also capable of out executing you in the fourth quarter. So this is just one of those games. I just think that whoever gets the ball last is honestly going to win the ball game here, and I'm going to trust nobody but Josh Allen in that situation here. I would trust Bo Nix, like if he was playing like a different team, if he was playing maybe the Patriots, the Texans. Okay, maybe I might trust them, but Denver in the altitude definitely could be wrong with this pick. Like I said, there's a lot of toss-up games. This was definitely one of them. But I'm going to go with the Bills to win this game. I trust Josh Allen to get that last possession. I trust Josh Allen to make that one extra play. I expect Josh Allen to go down there and win the game. So this pick is just all relying on me trusting on Josh Allen. But like I said, I think this one could go either way. It's a 6 versus 1 matchup, but doesn't even feel like it. It feels like 3 versus 2. So yeah, it's going to be a good one. In the altitude, I can definitely see the Broncos winning. Broncos been a hell of a team all year. I can definitely see them winning, but I'm going to go Buffalo and win this one. I think Josh Allen gets it done here. It was one of the tougher picks, one to pick this week, but I'm going to lean towards the Buffalo here to advance to the AFC Championship game. Next up, we got the 49ers. They're going to be going into the Seattle Seahawks to play against the Seattle Seahawks. Well, people will call them Seahawks, well, I'll call them Seahawks. But anyway, in this game, I got the Seahawks winning this game 24-17. This game is actually pretty interesting because, like I said, it's kind of unfortunate for Seattle that they got to play Seattle 2 times in a row, and that could be sometimes that can be a little tricky because but at the same time, even though this could be tricky because, like I said, literally both of these two teams just seen each other. Like what was it, 2 weeks ago that these two teams seen each other? But this game is gonna be played in Seattle. I take a look a lot of that last game. Sure, I'm not gonna look at week 1 because both of these two teams were completely different in week 1. The first time they went, when the second time they went. I'm looking at that week 18 matchup the last time two teams played. Remember they had the number one seed in play. They had a first round down bye in play, and Seattle just completely outworked them. I think we all knew who the better team was in that game. If you watched that game, it felt like Seattle was just clearly the better team here. And I was kind of thinking about it. I was like, okay, maybe San Francisco can keep this one interesting here. But the one thing I have a problem with San Francisco is this team is just completely beat up. And I know I keep talking about that, and every single time we talk about that, right, it backfiring on us. San Francisco, like I said, they're one of the more disciplined teams in the NFL. They know how to win. If you need this team to win, they will find a way to win. That's one thing I've been really impressed with San Francisco this year. But I don't know how long this is going to last. I really don't. Not against a team like Seattle. Seattle has a really good defense. Even with them being banged up on offense, I think they're going to have a lot to come out for. I think Seattle's defense in this one's going to be pretty, really well. I do think this team will take advantage of San Francisco being injured here. And I just think that injury to George Kittle last game, I think that really hurt the Niners' chances in this one. I do think the Niners do have a chance in this game. Like I said, I think this team is one of the more better head coach teams in Kyle Shanahan. I think Brock Purdy's been playing a little bit better as of late, but what the weapons they have, I think the team kind of limited on that area. Plus, I don't trust San Francisco's defense either. I don't. Even though San Francisco's defense was coming off a pretty good performance against Philadelphia last week, Philadelphia is not really a good offensive team. This week they're going to be on the road playing against a pretty good offensive team led by Sam Darnold, JSN. So I don't know how San Francisco's defense is going to do enough to stop their offense in Seattle here, but I think they find a way to win this one. I think they have too much offense to cover for San Francisco. It's just a bad situation for San Francisco. Being on the road, beat up. You gotta worry about the defense going against his offense. Seattle's defense is one of the best in football. They might cause the Niners some problems here, so I'll take them to win this game 24-17. I'm gonna take the under in this game, 45.5. I know I didn't really talk about it in that Bills over Broncos game because I felt pretty good about everything there. But I'm gonna take the under 45.5 of this one. Could go either way, but not really too comfortable about this one. So I'll take the under with that. I'm gonna take Seattle minus 6.5. Could be a little tricky. It's a big spread. It's at home. It's a playoff game, a division rival. So division rival games could especially be a little frisky. But I'll take Seattle to cover that 6.5. Barely, because I have to score 24-17. I like Seattle in this game. Next up, we got the Houston Texans. They're going to be on the road once again, playing against a good team here, the New England Patriots here. It's another one I can see going either way here because the Patriots, both of these two teams look kind of similar. You look at the last couple performances, Houston's coming off of that dominant win over the Pittsburgh Steelers here, but the game felt a lot closer than what you think it is. Yeah, the Texans, you could look at the end of the day, the scoreboard said 30-6, right? They kicked the shit out of them and kind of felt like that. But the game, if you guys actually watched the game, it felt like the game was like 14. What was it? 7-8, 7-6 for Joy at the time. So I do give Houston's credit there. That defense, I keep telling you, yeah, this defense is just hard to play, man. That defense is no joke. They like to get after you. They like to kill you, and that's exactly what they did to Pittsburgh last year. I mean, their defense absolutely beats the living shit out of the Steelers last week. The Steelers, they couldn't even do a damn thing on the floor. And like I said, you got to give the Texans defense a lot of credit for that. I mean, that defense is legit. And look at the Patriots are coming off a pretty decent win of their own. They ended up winning against the Chargers last week, but it wasn't the prettiest performance out of New England, because we saw some. Even though their defense was really good, we've seen their offense struggle. But at the same time, the Chargers are a pretty good. I would consider the Chargers are a pretty good, decent defensive team here. So I could have saw them forcing some problems there on the Patriots, and they did. Like I said, you got to give the Chargers some credit. But at the same time, their offense couldn't do anything. Their O-line was terrible. This time for the Patriots, I mean, you could say for the first time in a long time, they're actually playing a good team. Because you look at the Patriots' schedule, they're playing against a lot of weaker teams in the NFL. I mean, let's be completely honest, they did. They play against a lot of weaker teams in the NFL. This week, they're going to be playing against a good team in the Houston Texans. They're going to be playing against the number one defense in football. And overall, when you look at the game like this, I think it's going to be a lot of defensive. I think this game is going to be a lot of defense. I'm not really expecting too much offense here. Like I said, C.H. Stroud in the Texans, I did originally and thought their offense was going to play better, and I actually kind of believed in a little bit more in offense. I did at the beginning of the year, but I did like towards the end of the year and last game looked like the offense I've been watching like in the regular season. It looked pretty bad. And when you're playing against a team like the Patriots, are so balanced and so connected, and just the team that just knows how to win in New England Patriots. Mike Vrabel has the guys brought down. Jake Mays playing at the MVP level. I know he was kind of off last week, and he could be off again this week. Like I say, he's playing against number one ranked defense in football. He's playing against D'Amico Ryans. He might have something dialed up here. I can't wait to watch this game personally. Can't wait to watch this one. I think you go back and forth here. I'm gonna lean with the Patriots because I think in a game like this, I think you're trying to find the team that I think that has more offensive firepower, and I think that's gonna be the Patriots. I trust their offense a little bit more to move up and down the field. So that's what we're gonna go to New England. Plus, I don't know if Nico Collins is gonna be playing for the Texans. Last week he got injured with the concussion protocol. I don't know the stats of him. Hoping that he plays in this game. I don't know stats of him yet, so if he's out, I would like my pick more comfortable here with the Patriots. I'm gonna go with New England. I think Drake May finds a way to win the game. I'm gonna take him with the points. I'm gonna take him with the points here. Actually, no. Actually, no. I'm gonna take Houston with the points there. My bad. I'm gonna take the. I meant to put Houston there, but I accidentally did not change the. Screen there. That was a mistake by me there, but yeah, I'm going to take Houston +3 because something's telling me like if Houston does lose this game, I don't expect them to lose this game more than a field goal. So I'm going to take Houston +3.5, and I'm going to take the under in this game, 4.5. It's just a game that's expecting a lot of defense and just not expecting too much off in this game. So I'm going to take the under here. But overall, I do like the Patriots to win and get out of here and advance to the AFC Championship game. Give me New England here. Last but not least, here we got my Los Angeles Rams going into the Chicago to play against the Bears in sloppy Soldier Field. Like I said, it's going to be cold as hell in this game. I'm going to take my boys. I'm going to take them 31-27, and like I said yesterday, these are two teams here that you can make a legitimate argument that did not really deserve to be here in the second round. Like I said, I do, because both of these teams are coming off wins that, if I'm being completely honest, I don't think they really deserve to win. Now, I'm going to talk about that more to the Bears side than I am to the Rams side, because even though I put the Rams in the same boat, the Bears were actually getting their asses kicked for at that portion of that game against the Packers. The Rams were always kind of felt in against the Panthers. Like, it just never felt like it was over for the Rams. You just never thought that they would actually run out of steam or run out of chances to win. Looking at this game in general here, like I said, I got the Rams taking care of business here, 31-27, and I'm going to talk about that in just a few moments here. But one thing that we do know in this game for sure, one thing we can both count on is the offenses. Both offenses look electric. Both offenses looks like one of the better offensive teams in all of football. Both teams are capable of throwing the rock. Both teams are capable of doing whatever they want to in the offensive side of the ball, and I give a lot of credit to that. The Bears defense over the course of the year, and especially these last few weeks, has been looking pretty sus. Like I said, I don't like what I'm seeing of the Bears defense. But at the same time, I can put the Rams in that same exact situation. Yeah, we've seen the Rams at times this year where their defense is just dominant. They just don't really give anything. Look at the Buccaneers games. Let's look at the things regular season wise. We also seen the Rams defense get beaten. We saw that 2 times against Carolina. We saw that a couple other times this year, that the Rams defense could just be beatable. Like, you can beat this Rams defense, and if you do that, you can find a way to the win. So I kind of caution about that as a Rams fan here. As I'm not going to fall for it though. I think this game really comes down to which defense I trust more. And even though both defenses have been a little bit slacky as of late, I'm going to trust the Rams defense just a tiny bit more than I do the Bears right now. I don't really trust the Bears defense. I don't really like their schemes going on there. But I can see the Bears winning this game because it looks like it's in Soldier Field. It's in Chicago. It's going to be cold as hell in the game, but I am worried about my Rams to see if the weather does play a fact in this one. Plus, I do expect Devontae Adams to play a better game. Like I said, he was coming off of a what was it? Not a concussion. It was a hamstring injury, and he looked kind of flat last week. I do think that he'll get going this week. I think he'll have a better game. I think, and Devontae Adams, one thing I did check before, that he owns the Bears. Like, Devontae Adams owns the Bears, and that's kind of a clean fact there. So I like my Rams' chances just a little bit more. I think Matthew Stafford, who I think is the MVP this year, I think he will do enough to win this game alone. 31-27, got the Rams. I'm going to take the over 48.5, and to be completely honest with that, I would bet on that. Like, I would bet on that. If the over-under was 60.5, I would probably think about taking the over like that. I would bet the over that one. 48.5, feel really good about that, even though the weather could be an only factor here, but I'm still expecting a shitload of points from these two. So I'll take the over and that one, bet on that. I'm going to take the Rams to cover as well. The -3.5 is too low for me to pick Chicago, even though I can see them winning. And then, just like I said, I'm expecting both teams to spend a lot of points. They Matt Stafford, Caleb Williams. I think they'll both fly up the scoreboard here. Both defenses been a little sus. I'm just going to trust the Rams defenses a little bit more than Chicago's right now. So I'll go with the Bears in this instance. But like I said, this one could go either way. Would not be surprised about the outcome here, but yeah, that's what we got for this game. But like I said, guys, if you guys haven't already, make sure to hit that like, subscribe button. Make sure to join Discord. Links in the description. Make sure you guys do follow me on social media platform. Make sure to hit the like, subscribe button, of course. I really do appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you guys so much for being part of the show. Like I said, I don't know if I talked about this earlier here. I'm going to wrap things up with one more time before I wrap up. The Bills, I don't think I talked about the Bills covering the 1.5 and the Bills to over. I like them both. Like I said, I didn't really talk about it, but I just want to mention that right now. I do like both lines right there. Bills and Broncos to hit the over. I like them for both. Like I said, I really do appreciate you guys. I'm going to hop off, get these guys so you guys can watch in on time. Appreciate everybody's support. And we'll see you guys in the next one. This is BigMeNation.com. Peace out. Stay safe. Check out the pick show from yesterday. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Stay safe. We'll see you then.